Hello and welcome to another trip report. The sun is so bright, let me stand somewhere else. Oh yeah, I can open my eyes again. So, if you're known with this channel, you might know that this channel is focusing on long distance and international train traveling, sometimes ferries, and sometimes I will do buses as well. Anyway, it's more to show you what it's like to travel for long distances and international on a more sustainable way of transportation. And sometimes you find these very interesting international trains. For example, that one over here. It will just cross the border with France from Luxembourg. It runs between Bettembourg and Luxembourg and will go via Dudlange, if I pronounce it right. Probably I will pop up on the screen and maybe I will use a voice-over for this. The future me will say so. In France it's being pronounced as Dudelange, but in Luxembourg is, I don't know. Thank you, future me. I'm welcome. And then we'll go to Volmerange-les-Mines, if I pronounce it right. The future me will probably correct me as well. Volmerange-les-Mines. Thank you, future me. Am I done asking things to myself right now? Okay, I will stop asking you for now, okay? Yeah, I should, because I'm editing, you know, and I have more videos to edit. Okay, yeah, I know, I'm doing it myself. Oh yeah, of course, that's also true. This would just cross the border into France. These trains are for free. It's more like a kind of a S-Bahn. It's really like a metro S-Bahn kind of train for that town. There are 4 stations over there. I'll tell you more about this with the use of voiceover. These trains are very simple. The railway station, at least this one, is not that special. The railway station of Bettembourg though, that's quite interesting. Over there you also find the TER trains that will go into France. In the summer of 2020 I made a video about that, and I also explained you something on how you can get lower ticket fares for that route if you're traveling by local trains between Luxembourg and France, so Luxembourg, Metz, Nancy. Anyway, I talk way too much. I hope you like this video. If you do so, give me a thumbs up, or if you think it's helpful. If you like to see more train related videos, not any trains like this, subscribe to my channel. And for now, let's just roll the intro. The railway station of Volmerange-les-Mines, well, it's not that big. At the end of the platform there's a bus stop, a spot where you can park bikes. There's one track and that's basically it. The train types that are being used for this route are the same as the Z2 trains you can find in France. These trains have been built in the 1980s. At the side it has been clearly marked what class can be found where. And I think when they built these trains, they initially wanted to use these trains for middle long distances as well, since the seat numbers can be found at the side of the train. Even though these trains are known in France as the Z2 type trains, in Luxembourg they are known as the class CFL 2000. There's a small section of first class at one side of the train. The first class doesn't feel that much better as the second class, but you have some more leg space, I suggest. Most seats within these trains do face each other, and in the middle of these carriages you find some LED screens that will host very basic route information. In the 1980s these trains also used to run between Luxembourg, Metz and Nancy. At the middle of the train there's a toilet, but I didn't film it this time. I do have another video where I filmed the toilet, but back then the toilet was full with interesting things and there was no water, so you cannot flush it. At the other end from where you find the first class there's a bike compartment, and one of the best things about these trains, you can open up the windows. These trains will run between Bettembourg via Dudelange to Volmerange-les-Mines. Volmerange-les-Mines is just at the other side of the border in France and there's no connecting public transport into France. You will find this at 2 spots in the country of Luxembourg. There are trains that will go into France and there's no other connections. I already covered the other railway line that runs from S to AZ. To me, that line doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I'm really pro trains. Public transport within the country of Luxembourg is for free. However, at the moment you cross a border, you need to pay for the ticket. These 2 lines that will just cross the border into France and have no further connection on French public transport, These two lines are for free as well. If you want to go deeper into France, you will find the local trains that run between Luxembourg, Metz and Nancy. Apart from that, there are also TGV high-speed trains that will run from Luxembourg City via Metz to Paris. At the town of Bettembourg, where this train terminates, you have a good connection on the local trains to France. Apart from that, Bettembourg is, in terms of junctions in the country of Luxembourg, quite an important railway junction. Even though that railway station doesn't feel that special though. It's just a regular railway station. There's a bus stop, some platforms and a small kiosk, and that's basically it. There's one train per day that runs between Volmerange-les-Mines in France, the station that I just featured at the beginning of this video, directly to Luxembourg, and that is not an all-station service. For the rest, you will find trains every 30 minutes on this route. For now, I'll just show you some views from the train between Bettembourg and Volmerange-les-Mines. And since this is a train heading to France, I will play some French music as background music. That's almost it for this video. If you're interested in other trip reports, this YouTube channel is mainly focusing on long distance and international train traveling. Sometimes also ferries and sometimes buses, just to show you what it's like to travel on a more sustainable way of transportation. Of course, you can find other videos on this channel, and within the description of this video on YouTube, there's also a link to a map, and on this map you find all trip reports I did. The lines do indicate the routes, and the train icons do indicate the railway station reviews. Of course, there will be more lines added to this, and if you don't want to miss anything, just hit the subscribe button. Even though the train where I just made a video about is a very short train and there's no further connection into France, it is an international train, so it ticks the box for this channel. So I'm right now in front of Luxembourg's main railway station of the city of Luxembourg. Forgot to do the end of the video anyway. I hope you like this video. If you do so, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more train related videos, subscribe to my channel and see you on my next video.